Hey there, this is Ona with Art of Awakening. Welcome, and welcome if you're new to the channel, especially. I'm just popping on real quick here. I'm on the shore of Lake Superior near Munising, Michigan, and the reason I'm popping on right now is that I just saw a little frog on the lakeshore, and I don't usually see frogs in Lake Superior, so that was a little unusual. And even more so, I have been really kind of planning to do a video around frogs. I can't show you the frog because I didn't have my phone with me when I saw him, and by the time I went back, he wasn't there anymore. But frogs really coming forward, and it has to do with the topic of sensitivity. And I think a lot of us, sometimes there is a shadow side to sensitivity. Of course, you can be overly sensitive, or, when the emotions come up, it can be uncomfortable. But sensitivity, I think there's a lot of times where, if you're empathic, if you're a light worker, if you're a starseed, you're gonna be a very sensitive person. And that sensitivity is something that I think is really undervalued. Even those of us who consider ourselves intuitive, I think I think a lot of us can really honor our sensitivity even more than we do. So I wanted to share a little update of kind of what's happening in my life, and how this topic was really brought forward for me today, or not today, but in the last week or so. So I've been helping my dad sell his house in Munising, and it's right on the lake. It's beautiful, and he's loved it. He's had it for about 5 years. He's in his 80s. And he's just decided it's time, really, because he can't really keep it up. So he's got another one in Marquette that I'm helping him with, and so it's kind of bittersweet, right? Bringing Dad home, but in the process, I'm moving him. He had a third floor apartment. He's got a triplex, and that he had been going up and downstairs, and it's like I've been thinking for quite some time I needed to bring him down to the first level, and so that's happening. We're going to move him down there, and I'm going to be moving out of this bigger room that I was in and into a smaller one. He's going to take the bigger one, and which is great. I'm really, really happy to do this because I really love my dad. He's actually very awakened, and wonderful conversations that we have. I'm blessed to have this time with him. But in the meantime, there's been sort of a lot of upset. There's been construction. I've been getting radiators put in his room and stuff. And my dog has gotten increasingly anxious. Well, she's always been a little anxious because she was abused before we got her. She's a rescue. There she is. There's Jasmine. Hey, big, pretty girl. But it's like this summer we had new tenants move in upstairs, and she's kind of decided, because they sound different from the old ones, somehow she's decided it's thunder when they walk across the floor. Well, they walk across the floor a lot because they're very active. So it's been an interesting summer because she's been getting increasingly more and more and more anxious, and it's gotten like last week it came to this head where I literally, it could not work with her, and I can't leave her because her separation anxiety has gotten so bad. And I finally was like, what is going on, that she's become so anxious. And I finally asked Spirit about that, and it was like, duh. She's really just showing you, because she's sensitive to it. She's showing you what you're not allowing yourself to see, what you've really blocked off or desensitized to. And that is that, I'm living in a house with a lot of people in it. And even though the relationships are good, I mean, the tenants and my dad and everybody, it's, there's no friction there. But even so, it was like, just a lot of different energies that, very constantly, there's a lot of young people going in and out. And that I personally, I mean, Jasmine too, but I personally, I'm very sensitive to energies, and it's been, now that I'm realizing what was happening, it's like, yeah, I need a little bit more peace and quiet, need my own space. So as soon as I realized this, and I realized, what, I need to just find my own space. It was instant. I mean, within 3 days, this amazing little house opened up for me, and I'm actually being given the space, and it's just insane. Like, so, all right. So the lesson here this isn't about me. This is about, the energies right now, um, and just coming into one's truth, because I think we've got the Lion's Gate opening up, and no matter what time you actually watch this video, it's going to be something in it for you. Right now I'm recording on August 2nd, 2019, and it's just been sort of kind of insane energies, but what I'm just being shown is like we're being the reason I'm thinking about frog is that I was reminded of the whole boiled frogs syndrome that I'm sure that you're familiar with. If you put a frog in cold water and raise the temperature, it just sits there, versus like if you put it in hot or even moderately warm water, it'll jump out. And I think what's kind of being shown to me is that a lot of us, in fact, all of us humans on this planet right now, we've kind of come to that point where it's like the water's boiling, and so there's been a lot of shakeups in the past month for a lot of people. I keep hearing from person after person, and also light workers who work with a lot of people that, especially other light workers and people who are very sensitive, that there's, it's been pretty rough energy. And what I'm being shown is it's like this stuff is coming up as sort of a wake-up call. I think if you maybe jiggle the frog in there enough, it'll realize that it's in hot water and jump out, and it feels like that's what's happening. So I'm just recording this in case you're experiencing some hot water in your life, or feeling like things are really hard, to maybe tune in. It's like tune in and feel, okay, what are my real needs, and where might I have been desensitized to my own truth, what my real, either needs or desires, or, my own truth, your own truth. What kind of patterns might you be holding on to in your life that have desensitized you to, what your real truth is? And to see if you can see those patterns. For me, it was like, I raised, having been, moved a lot from, different interstate moves and stuff. And it was sort of like this, be tough and bear it kind of, sort of mentality. And so for me, it was like, okay, yeah, that's fine. I can work in the living room, and whatever, I can handle it. It's okay. It's okay, right? But sometimes it's not okay, and to be, honest with oneself when it's not okay, or when it's really time to move on, or time to take action or not to take action. It's the honesty with oneself, being in the truth. And frog, I think, as a totem, it's being sensitive to those nuances of emotion, and reacting to them. This is the positive side of being sensitive, is to be, really in tune. So we're being asked to be really, really in tune, and watching out for those patterns that shut down, or that shut down that sensitivity, so that you're not allowed to be in tune, right? And it's a survival thing, right? When things are really tough, sometimes we gotta shut down that sensitivity for temporarily. But when it comes, to the point of where it's not temporary anymore, that it's chronic, Sometimes it takes those shakeups or uncomfortable things or things escalating in order to shake us out of that. So anyway, I hope that you are having a really good August so far. I wish you much, much love. Thank you again for watching, and just take care, because there's a lot of interesting stuff, a lot of interesting energy going on right now, but really it's a very, very exciting time, and all these things that are coming up, it's just trying to, really get us to step out of our little boxes, our little comfort zones that we've become trapped in, and step out of that and into something bigger. So take care. Good luck with that. If you feel like you need any personal guidance, I have the links to that below, and always appreciate your likes, your comments especially. I would love to hear your thoughts. Take care and love you, and catch you next time.